Let's start. Class 8 History, Chapter 9, The Making of the National Movement. In video 1, we'll concentrate on the events from 1870 to 1915. Very important chapter, children. Okay, and actually you're learning few incidents of national movement, and this chapter's continuation you will learn in class 10, starting with the meaning of nationalism. What is nationalism? Okay, the emergence of nationalism. Okay, in simple terms we can call it as it's a patriotic feeling, okay, or love towards my own country. That is the feeling of nationalism. Okay, love and respect towards my own country. Okay, coming to the definition of nationalism, children. It's an idea and movement. Okay, because this nationalism, that feeling or the nationalist movements we are going to discuss during the British period. Okay, so that time idea and movement that promotes the interest of a particular nation, especially with the aim of gaining and maintaining the nation's self-governance over its homeland. Okay, in this definition I need to stress on self-governance. Okay, so they are encouraging the people, okay, to think about the self-governance. Okay, no other country or internal force is required to rule in India. That feeling, okay, that feeling they have created in the minds of Indians, national leaders. Okay, so definition, actually no need to by heart this definition, children. Okay, in class 10 it's already coming, that time you need to learn. Okay, yeah, and it's a feeling of patriotism. Okay, feeling of love towards my own country. That way we can. And so in order to create this nationalistic feeling, okay, people or national leaders, they have formed different political associations in our country. Okay, to create the feeling of nationalism, many political organizations were formed in India during British period. One such political association was Indian National Congress. Formation of Indian National Congress. Okay, it is one of the political organization formed during British period. Keep in mind, children. Okay, now it's a political party. Okay, now you may be familiar Indian National Congress as a political party, but that was one of the political organization formed during British period to create nationalistic feeling among Indians. Coming to the formation of that political organization, I am not talking about a political party, children. Okay, the political organization formed during British period. Formation of Indian National Congress, formed in the year 1885. Okay, and leaders all over the India, around 72 delegates joined in that meeting, and they met at Bombay and formed this political organization called Indian National Congress. And one of the retired British official named A.O. Hume played a major role in the formation of Indian National Congress. Okay, so what we have discussed, children, during British period, in order to create nationalistic feeling among Indians, many political organizations were formed. One such significant political organization was Indian National Congress. Okay, and which year International Congress was formed? 1885. Okay, 72 delegates from all over the country, they met at Bombay and formed this political organization, not a political party. Okay, and retired British official joined with them, A.O. Hume. Next incident, children. Okay, so in this chapter, a set of incidents are given. Okay, till the partition of India. Okay, so one by one we will discuss, children. Next incident is partition of Bengal in the year 1905. And you know, children, during British India, there were 3 presidencies. Okay, now we have states. That time India was divided into 3 presidencies. Okay, and one such presidency was Bengal. Okay, yeah, Bengal, Calcutta and Madras, 3 presidencies were there. Okay, and in 1905, Viceroy Curzon, name of the Viceroy is important, children. Viceroy Curzon partitioned Bengal, divided Bengal. Okay, and that was the biggest province in India. Bengal was the biggest province in India that time. Okay, and British argued that it was for administrative convenience. Okay, that argument made by the British government. Okay, they divided or they partitioned Bengal for administrative purpose, but not for administrative purpose, children. It is to divide the nationalistic feeling. Okay, because many national leaders were participating. Okay, many people were involved in nationalism or nationalistic movements from Bengal. Okay, so Britishers' aim was to split the Bengali people. Okay, yeah, and this partition of Bengal infuriated the people all over India. People start protesting against this partition of Bengal, and those protests came to be known as the Swadeshi movement. Okay, people all over India, they protested against the partition of Bengal, and that movement was known as Swadeshi movement. And in Andhra Pradesh, the same protest was known as Vande Mataram movement. Okay, so which incident we have discussed, children? Partition of Bengal. Which year? 1905. Okay, and who was the viceroy at that time? Who partitioned Bengal? Viceroy Curzon. Okay, and which argument provided by the Britishers? It's for administrative convenience. Okay, but not for administrative convenience, children, to divide the politicians and split the Bengali people. Okay, and people from all over India protest against the partition of Bengal, and those movements were known as Swadeshi movement, and in Andhra Pradesh that movement was known as Vande Mataram movement. I told you different incidents, children. Okay, not connected each other. Yeah, next incident is the First World War and India. The First World War started in the year 1914, and you know that time India was a colony of Britain. Okay, so effects of First World War on India. Okay, coming to the points, children. Yeah, and during the First World War, it changed the economic and political situation in India, and it led to a huge rise in the defense expenditure. Okay, because Britain was involved in the war. India was not directly involved, children, but Britain was involved in the First World War. Okay, so indirectly affected our country also. Okay, so for Britain, defense expenditure increased. Okay, so how they managed that? They tried to Okay, or they increased taxes on individuals and business profit, increased taxes from India. Okay, they increased the tax rates in India for finding out money for the increased defense expenditure for Britain, and forced recruitment to army from Indian villages. Okay, Indians were from Indian villages, people were appointed to the army, forced recruitment. Okay, because Indians were not willing to join in the army. Okay, forced recruitment from Indian villages. That is the next influence them. That time one advantage was the children, Indian business groups. Okay, they reap fabulous profits with the production of war related goods. Okay, that's an advantage, children. Okay, industries. Actually, industries started in India during that time period. Okay, initially they concentrated on war related goods, production of war related goods. Okay, so business group in India, they made huge profits. Okay, so which topic we have discussed now? The First World War and India. Which year First World War started? 1914. That time India was a colony of Britain. Then it changed India's economic and political situation. Coming to the effects of First World War on India, rise in the defense expenditure. Okay, and how the British government managed that increased defense expenditure. They started collecting more tax from Indians. Okay, tax on individual and business profits, and also forced recruitment from army, from Indian villages. But advantage, one positive side is more industries started in India during this First World War time. Okay, and few business groups, actually they gained more profits due to the production of war related goods. The last topic or last incident in this first part, children, the advent of Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi arrived in India. In your smaller classes you may have learned about this, children. I am just refreshing those points, children. Yeah, Mahatma Gandhi arrived in India in 1915. Year is important, children. 1915 from South Africa. Okay, then in the initial years, okay, after returning from South Africa, initial years he spent traveling throughout the country to know the problems of Indians, okay, to find out the problems of Indians. And initial days, the earliest satyagrahas, few satyagraha movements held, children, and those were local movements in Champaran. Champaran is located in Bihar. Then Kheda in Gujarat, and Ahmedabad. This is also important, children. The same topic is repeating in class 10. Okay, so which year Gandhiji returned to India? 1915. Okay, and initially next year, okay, he tried to travel throughout the country to know the problems of Indians, and few local satyagraha movements or initial satyagraha movements led by Gandhiji. 3 initial satyagraha movements led by Gandhiji. One is at Champaran. Champaran is located in Bihar. Then Kheda is in Gujarat, and Ahmedabad. We'll continue in the second video.